What's up, everybody? This is my pre-market analysis, June 9th, 2022. Been having some turbulent couple weeks here with some family issues and still hospital issues, but nonetheless, looking to do these analysis when I can. But that aside, so from the last couple weeks, basically we've had the market was dropping down, pushing down, making lower lows, lower highs. This is on the daily time frame here. But in this last week or so, it has had a nice push back up. And now we're kind of sitting on this weekly support level that I previously drawn out of about 32,870. So price is kind of like hovering between here and about 33, 300, 350 roughly, kind of just hanging out here this last week. Every one of these candles is a day, so going all the way back till May 30th, 29th, price has been hanging out in here. So at this point, I'm just writing. I mean, I been just writing little moves and intraday trading primarily has been my focus and my strategy, just trying to get in and out within a couple hours. But as far as what the bigger move is here, I think there is a chance that price might push back up to retest these highs, at least retest these highs, and then possibly push down to retest the lows, see if it breaks and continues pushing back up. Or I think price may push up, retest the high, break, and then go up above into this region here of about 33,500 to 33, maybe 700, kind of push up, or 33,900 really, to push up and kind of, maybe retest in this area here. I don't want to project as always, but looks like, price is kind of just hanging out right at this level. So the other option is if price really does break and push past down, past this support, on the same weekly support level and has a clean break below, perhaps we'll be looking at a push down, a push back up, and a continuation of this downtrend. I mean, even though it broke this previous level of support here on the daily, and it's testing this level of support here, I'm taking a couple bullish entries in the last week, a couple buy entries, but I mean, overall, I still think it is looking pretty bearish. But I mean, obviously, there's moves to be had within that, so don't want to just focus on bearish moves only. A week before last, I kind of got locked into a selling bias. I think it was, I think I was kind of like fighting all this, kept anticipating a lower high to push back down, and that never came. So I was like, this is one of my moves actually here, as you can see. I was anticipating I'll drop down to the H1 there. These were moves that I was having. This one was a little win that I had May 24th. This one, was, and then this was actually sell entries. I got stopped out here. I got back in here. So I was just locked into that selling bias, took a few days off. Plus I had, family matters going on. But nonetheless, I'm trying to look at a broader perspective, but still catch shorter term moves. So with that in mind, we are kind of just in this consolidation range. I think right now we're at the bottom of that range, so price is going to push up a bit and then retest this high. What happens beyond that, we'll see. If it comes up to this area and it starts showing some signs of reversal, something like this, or other indications, perhaps, be looking to get into a short position at that point. But dropping down to the H4, where we see here, there's that same consolidation, just zoomed in a little bit, obviously. So it's just, it's respecting this low here, definitely 33,630. Then it's respecting this high area, more or less about 33,200. It's broken above it once, but it's just hanging out in this range. Now it's now respecting this previous high, 33,153. It's already tested that twice. So I'm going to see, as far as what a move is for today, potentially, I'm going to see if price pushes back up to this level here or this level here approximately, and then exhibit some indication of exhaustion. Just because it pushes up into this area alone, I'm not going to get into an entry, but exhibit some indication of exhaustion. Let me get down to the 1 hour here. So, I would like to get in somewhere around here, as close to this daily support and resistance level of 33,216 approximately as possible. Anywhere in here, or not anywhere, but somewhere in here, I would like to see a sign of exhaustion of some kind, some wicks forming, some exhausted bullish candles, something to indicate that there's a chance, I think, that a price is going to push back down to retest this low. And if that's the case, uh, we're going to be looking at approximately a 1 to 3, just as an example. Not that it's going to be necessarily this exact entry, but approximately at this level here, we put our 100-point stop, roughly, say 105 with the spread here, and then we target these previous lows. That's a good 1 to 3, and change, or potentially more if it tests these levels here. But at the very least, retesting these lows that it's been hitting, and I mean, even we draw it back a little, we draw it back to the weekly support level. That's still a good clean 1 to 3. So that's one thing I might be considering. I don't really want to get in here or here just because my stop is going to be completely within structure. So even if I get in here, let's say 100 points, so that's 1 to 3. I mean, if I were to get in like here, potentially a 1 to 3. But the problem with that is if price pushes up to here and here and here, every even slightly touches this daily support, or exactly now resistance level, support resistance level. That's it. I'm stopped out, and then it very well might push back, and then on top of that, that would have been a bigger move. This is we're talking about a 300. Okay, yeah, so 300 points versus more than 300 points, but more importantly, a stop that is clearly outside of structure, meaning if price pushes up here and then keeps pushing up, then there's a pretty good chance, I think, that it's going to keep pushing up to retest this, and on the higher time frames, begin to retest these other levels. As I was saying on the daily, perhaps it will push up, further. But with that in mind, I'm going to be looking for an entry around this level, say anywhere from approximately 33,185 to 33,300, roughly in that 120-point range. I'm going to be really trying to look for an entry and looking for price to exhibit a sign of exhaustion of some kind of reversal, to then go and get into that short entry. As far as news goes, we're pretty wide open today as far as U.S. news goes. There's some unemployment news at 8:30, but it's not anything, not a major report. So we're pretty good there. Tomorrow we got some news, some core CPI data. But today, as far as news goes, aside from any random thing that might happen, but looks like it'll be pretty smooth sailing, hopefully. So the other potential I might be considering possibly is if this never uh, manifests, I guess you would say, or comes together. Perhaps if price pushes down now in market open, which during New York market open, price, many times will jerk in one way or the other and then continue on the direction that it was. If price were to push down to this level approximately near this weekly support of the 32,875 roughly, anywhere in here, if price were to push down to this range and very key, exhibit some signs of exhaustion, indicating that it's going to continue to push back up, then I would try to get in on something like this 100-point stop, clearly below this previous level of structure, and then target this previous high. Again, a nice 1 to 3.5, 3 and change risk to reward, just targeting this previous structure. Now you've been talking about going up here, and then I'll begin trailing my stops. I mean, even all I got to do is get down to here to lock in a 1 to 2. So I think that might be a good move too. Again, depending on what happens now in these first hours of New York session, and see where this goes currently. So we got 14 minutes left in the hour here on this. Looking like a little bit of exhaustion for him, but it's still a little early. I've been getting burned, getting in a little bit too early with US30. There's times getting in at 5, 6, 7 a.m. works out and you get in early on a move, but I've found that just as many times it seems like you get burned because, right at New York Open or shortly after New York Open, price might push all the way back up and stop you out or almost stop you out. So you're, riding negative, red riding, and then, then it goes into your direction. So I'm going to kind of hang out. I mean, for the next 15 minutes at least, I'm going to really see how this hour candle closes. If it closes with a very exhausted bullish candle, I don't know. I don't even think I would want to. I don't even think. Oh, let me see. I mean, just as an example, just thinking out loud here while wrapping up this video. See, that's the thing I don't like. You see, look, even 100, even say 110 points, giving a little extra. Okay, we're talking about a 1 to 2, a little over 1 to 2. And if price pushes up in this next 8 o'clock hour coming up, Eastern time here, 7:46 Eastern now, where I am. So 8 o'clock hour, 9 o'clock hour, it could very well push up to here and then just keep dropping back down. So if I get in here, I'm kind of asking for problems, I think. So I'll take a look. We'll see what happens. I'm trying to be patient and see when an entry presents itself that matches all of that criteria as far as confluences go, with levels of support and resistance, supply and demand, also technical indicators as far as actual reversal patterns and exhaustions forming and so forth. So keep an eye out, and I will try my best to be back with you after New York session today. I want to get back into the rhythm of my posts, but again, been dealing with some family matters and going to the hospital after my work day and a lot of stuff. So I'll do my best, but if not, I will be back as soon as I can. So have a great trading day, and let's go get this money.